morning, ladies and gentlemen. The date is August 9th, 2019, and today I'm getting tattooed. The lighting is very bad because it's very stormy outside right now, so bear with me on that one. But today I'm getting tattooed. For the first time ever. I just turned 18, had the tattoo consultation a couple weeks ago with my artist, which made me feel a lot better because, I met her and I vibed really well with her, and I was just like, yeah, I want a piece of your artwork inked on my body permanently for the rest of my life. And now I'm sitting here, it's the actual appointment day, and I don't know if anybody else does this or if I'm just an outlier, but now I'm nervous because at this point, I gotta give my full trust to the artist, and I know that I'm gonna be happy with it, and I know that after it's done, I'm gonna be like, oh, it was fine, I was freaking out over nothing, but like right now, it's very difficult to convince myself of that. I think I have everything that I need in my trusty little backpack. I've always been a creative person, so to collect artwork in that way, to showcase on my body who I am and what I like and what's important to me is obviously a very me thing, but just the fact that these things mean so much to me is probably what's helping me right now, because I know no matter how it's gonna turn out, I'm gonna look at it and be like, oh, that's what this represents. And I actually looked into a couple of different creams for this. My grandma has a butterfly tattoo on her shoulder, and she told me that she used something called Emla cream. When you tell people that you're gonna get tattooed, everybody and their dog has an opinion about it. Everybody and their dog has advice about it. And especially because I'm young and female, people always think that I haven't done my research or that I don't know what I'm doing. I have done months worth of research into this, and I'm like 90% sure I know what I'm doing. Thank you for the advice, but I don't need it. But my grandma told me about the Emla cream, and she was like, no, Lauren, just put it on a couple hours before your appointment, it'll numb the area, and you're not gonna even be able to feel it. And I thought about it, and I was like, that sounds pretty nice. And I googled it, and turns out it's silicone based or something like that, and so people are like, yeah, it's not recommended for tattoos because you can make the skin slippery. If you're deciding to get a tattoo, I don't know, just to me it seems like you need to be prepared for the pain. It's kind of like a rite of passage. In order to have one, you need to go through the experience fully. So I don't know if she's gonna have anything that she wants to put on me, but I'm not gonna put anything on myself. It is about time for me to get going, and I don't think I can film in the parlor studio. Even if I could, I don't think I would. Just, it's that kind of experience that I just want to be present for, I guess. And I also don't want to be that annoying vlogger, you know? I don't know how my artist will feel about that. And so the next time you see me, I will be tattooed. I am now tattooed, and I am now very tired, so I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to show you in a couple days when I take the Senederm off. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is now 2 or 3 weeks since I have been tattooed. Everything is healing super great. I love them so much. They're so gorgeous. But I thought that today would be as good a day as any to sit down and finally talk about the meanings behind my tattoos. So for my first tattoo experience, I did get 2 different tattoos. So I got this little heart on my wrist, and I also have a lotus on my thigh now that I'm very excited about. I have been lucky enough to do a lot of traveling in my teen years. I've seen many places, got to do and see some amazing things, and one of the most important trips for me was my host exchange to Kanagawa, Japan. So it was lotus season while I was in Japan, and for many reasons that trip is very special to me. It gave me so much insight that has shaped how I see the world and what I think about myself, and just kind of who I want to be as a person, what I want to value. That trip was really when I decided what kind of person that I wanted to be, and so to have that inked on my body as a piece of gorgeous artwork is just going to be a really great reminder to always strive for that vision of myself. The lotus represents rebirth and self-regeneration, which is something that really resounds with me, and I know that certainly some people are going to be like, oh, you're just young and you're just learning and growing as a person, but I feel like I'm the kind of person that will never stop growing, and I really hope that I don't ever stop growing, because being stagnant kind of terrifies me, to be honest with you. I always want to be doing something new and want to be pushing the boundaries of what I think I can do. And so the rebirth and regeneration in this time of my life, when I am kind of like striking out on my own, you know, is very important to me. And my heart. I don't actually know if you can see that, because I gotta cock my wrist in a weird way to show you. It's there. It exists. So I always knew that I wanted a heart on the inner corner of my wrist. I think that I started drawing it on with Sharpie starting in like 6th grade or something like that. So I knew that it was something that I wanted, but it's kind of taken on a different meaning as I've started to grow and change. So I used to be very emotionally closed off, I suppose. I used to really struggle with being vulnerable, which is something that I've worked really hard to get over, and to be able to not just like even trust people, but just to be open with them and vulnerable and like allow myself to have emotions. I don't know. I just used to be like, oh no, you can just shove everything down and it's all gonna be fine and you're just not gonna have to deal with it, which is not how it works. And so it's been a learning curve. That's been one of the hardest hurdles that I've had to get over. For me, it's kind of like a wear your heart on your sleeve kind of reminder, as in like, don't close yourself off to people. People suck sometimes, but they can also be really great too. I kind of grew up giving myself this whole like, oh, tough and strong woman kind of thing, which is awesome, but the way in which I was doing it was really unhealthy. It was like, you have to not like feminine things, you have to hate the color pink, you have to not rely on anybody for anything, you have to never accept help when you need it, and just like do everything yourself and be so independent. And realizing that I don't have to do any of those things to be strong and be an independent woman is been real nice to figure out, because it was really lonely before, and now I'm realizing that it doesn't have to be that way. So I guess what it really comes down to is Lotus is who I want to be in the future. It's striving for this vision of myself that I want to see, and never staying stagnant in my life and always changing and pushing the boundary. And the heart is more of a don't go back to the way things used to be either, because that wasn't very fun. I didn't actually get to see the design for my lotus until the tattoo day. I had emailed her after my consultation and said, hey, could we do the lotus at the same time? And she goes, absolutely, that would be great. I sent her some reference pictures. I got there and looked at the design and was absolutely in love with it. It was totally the right call to just let her do her thing with her artistic genius. And I was worried about the blue, to be honest with you. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna love that. But I figured, you know, it's her design. She knows what works best for tattoos. She's the professional. She's gonna know what is gonna be the best. And so I let her just do the design as she had designed it, and I absolutely love it. I really was not sure about it. I was very worried about the blue. When I got home, actually, I had a little freak out. I was like, oh my god, I have blue. I don't know if I like the blue. What if I just made a mistake? It's gorgeous. I think that the blue adds dimension into it, whereas if it was just pink, it would just kind of not be as eye-catching. I love the contrast between the colors of blue and the colors of pink that we chose. It's just, all around I just love it. And so overall it was not as scary as I thought it was going to be, and I'm absolutely in love with my new tattoos. Count how many times I say absolutely in love in this video. It's like too much. I adore my new tattoos, and I would love to hear from you actually about your first tattoo experience. Did you have a good experience? Did you have a bad experience? Do you regret it now? Like, just let me know in the comments down below how that went for you. I'd love to read it. I'm not sure if some of you have noticed, but I did do a name change a couple months ago. Pepper Bear is dead. We have rebranded. We are now Courageous Goldfish, and I think I'm gonna do a small video just explaining the name change as well, just in case people are a little bit confused. But there's that. And of course, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.